Since 2004, if you've been going into the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, one of the many familiar faces you may have seen is Jeff Crocker, the assistant director currently, but started off his career way back in '04 and has been a mainstay at our library ever since. Celebrating 20 years on the job, our library's assistant director joins us now on the Splash Live. Jeff, congratulations and thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you as well. Congratulations on 20 years at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. And, I got to start off by just asking, you start back in 2004 as a circulation clerk. Now you're the assistant director. You've been through so much over there at the library over the course of these years. Take us through just the summary of your journey with our local library.
Okay. Well, yeah, I started as a circulation clerk part-time. And I also was working kind of a second job here, shelving books as well. So I was here all the time, and I got promoted out to the West Acres branch. Back then, we had the contract for Commerce Township, so it was still the same, smaller building, but super busy. And that's where I got my first kind of supervisory experience in circulation. And then I was fortunate to be promoted kind of 3 times in 3 years. I got here at a good time, I guess. Came over to the main library, took over circulation, and then I went into support services, which is kind of the behind the scenes work of ordering and receiving all of the books and movies and that kind of thing, and paying invoices, a lot of not real exciting stuff, but I did that for about 10 years, so about half my career. And then I got promoted into branch manager, kind of taking care of the main library building. And my assistant director role is not too different from that. I just have more authority and more, involvement in the planning and vision of the future of the library. So I've enjoyed all of it, truthfully.
Yeah, and when you're on the job, when you work for an organization, for a business, for any entity for 20 years plus, you're doing something right, but that organization's got to be doing something right too to keep you coming back each and every day. So for you, Jeff, what about the library has made this a mainstay, a comfortable position, and somewhere that you obviously enjoy coming to each and every day?
Yeah, that's actually a really great point. I hadn't been thinking about being here for 20 years as any kind of like an achievement. It's more of, to me, a commitment. And what I've kind of been thinking about in the last month or so is why have I stayed so long, and why do I enjoy it? And it's the community and the people that I work with and the community. The library's really well supported in the community. People are always very helpful and complimentary, but at the same time, they expect great things from us. And I feel like our staff has been able to deliver that all these years. And a lot of the people I work with are really just dedicated, committed professionals. So that's really what keeps me coming in and excited about it.
Today, Jeff, so many people may have questions about the role of the library, considering technology and so much media being available to us to get these resources. And yet the West Bloomfield Township Public Library is always packed. It's a very popular place to go. People love to go there for their work, for relaxation, of course, to check out all the great books and the selection that you have. But as time's gone on and the role of the library has changed, where do you believe that role is today?
Well, I think it's been changing a lot over the years. Like when I started, times were really good, and then we kind of went into a recession, and we actually got a lot busier then. And then coming out of COVID, things have changed again. Really, the reason the library is always busy in recent times, it's really using the facilities is bigger now than ever. We've always had study rooms. A couple years before the pandemic, we added, I think, 6 more, and the usage kind of exploded then. But now it's much busier with people, doing more online education. There's people that homeschool in here, and there's people trying to, work from home. So the facility is just as in demand as it's ever been. And I think kind of like a common misperception about formats is that, people are moving electronic, and they are, like we've seen it with books on CD have gone away, and people are using, apps on the phone to download the library audiobooks for free. So that's changed, but people still prefer to read in print, especially in our community. Print is still kind of king of formats at the moment. And something that's stayed consistent the entire time I've been here has been the community's interest in programs. So, children's programs and teen programs and even adult programs. Something that's kind of changed on the adult end is we kind of shifted to doing more kind of cultural programs than we did in the past, and that seems to be really successful at the moment. So we're just trying to keep up with what the community is asking for.
Jeff Crocker is joining us on the Splash Live, Assistant Director at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, celebrating 20 years of service to our local library system. You can always keep up to date with what's going on at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library on WBLIB.org. Jeff, you mentioned earlier on the immense support that the library has from the community, both from government and into the residents and the visitors of our community. For someone that's on the staff at the library, that's there in the trenches every single day providing these services, what does that support mean to you?
To me, it means everything. I mean, without support, libraries, it can be very chaotic. This is something I've seen in other libraries. My wife works in libraries as well. And when you don't have that community support, it's really hard to change and move forward. We're fortunate that people tell us what they want, and we try and meet those needs. Like we've done a community needs assessment last year where we were kind of surveying people in focus groups and trying to get a real handle on what it is that they want. And a lot of people volunteered for that. I mean, even just getting people to volunteer, people will do it. I volunteer in my own time, and I've been inspired by the volunteers here. The Friends of the Library have like over 700 members. I don't know of any other library in the area that has that kind of volunteer base. And again, it's inspiring, but that's the community supporting the library.
And it's all about the people, as you said earlier on, and that's what's keeping you coming back and has been for 20 years. Jeff, congratulations. Thank you so much for your service to our community over these 20 years and going forward. Anything else you'd like to say before we let you go today?
No, just thank you to everyone that supported me along the way. I do really, truly appreciate it.
Jeff, thank you so much for your time and appreciate you being with us as well.
Thank you, Tyler.